Hey y'all, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well today. Welcome back to Zahadka. My name is Valentina, and today I'm going to show you what I made for my husband that he's been asking for a while, but I've been putting it off. But I finally did it. I finally found some time, and also I had quite a few people asking me a tutorial on how to make this, so we're going to be making a travel bag. His toiletries bag, travel bag is falling apart. So I made him this and I'm gonna show you how I did it. So if you're ready to see, hit that thumbs up button and let's get started. So I told my husband to pick whatever fabric he wants, but only out of the ones I have, and this one was the one he chose. And this measures 16 by 22. So I cut out 16 inches by 22 inches for this size of bag. So I cut out the interfacing from just a cotton, and then I have a sheet, a top sheet that was never used for my lining. So you have my lining, my cotton interfacing or batting, and then the top piece, my zipper, and I just layer that up and make my zipper sandwich. And I didn't make this specific bag quilted. If you were making it quilted, you would just do the batting and the top piece together first and choose your design. But I do like to rip my zippers apart and doing them one at a time instead of sewing it together while they're together. And there's my zipper sandwich, as I call. You have your batting, your top piece, then your zipper, and then your lining. And I clipped that together so it's easier to sew straight. If you don't have a zipper foot and you do work a lot with zippers, I recommend you getting one. It makes it so much easier to sew down the zippers. After I sewed down the zippers to get onto all the pieces, I iron down the top of where the zipper is on both the outside and the inside, so the lining and the outer piece, and I sew over the zipper on the outside piece again to sew that lining down, basically. So we sewed that line on the front to make it more complete and to make sure that the lining does not get into the zipper. And now I proceed to put on the zipper slider. Here I have about 2 inches by 5 inches, and I fold it together and sew it wrong sides together, and this will be for the loops that I put on the sides of the bag to grab it on when you're zipping it and unzipping it. Then these two pieces are for the strap that goes on the side of the bag that you can carry it by or hang it somewhere by. And I did a about 3-inch and then a 1-inch, actually it's about 2-inch and then a 1-inch batting, and about 5 inches long, I believe. And I did this wrong at first whenever I sewed it together, but going back to the other thing that I'm doing is just turning the bag inside out. And I measure to make sure that it's laying flat and even and all even on all sides. And you're gonna put the little loops that you sewed together, and you're gonna put them on either sides, and you put the loop on the insides and the end pieces sticking out on the outside. So the next step I did was sew that strap that was going to go on the outside to carry it by, but then halfway through I realized I was doing it wrong, and I had to take all the seams apart and put it back together correctly. So you fold pretty sides together and put the batting on top of the not pretty side. I had it the opposite way. I had the batting inside the pretty sides, but pretty sides folded together, and you'll see the not pretty sides and the batting on top of the not pretty sides, and then you'll turn it outside in after you sew it together. And then I did iron it flat so it's laying flat, and sewed a line on each side of it so it makes it look complete. And then I sewed a straight line on to the bag across from where the open sides are, and sewing the zipper down, and those loops on the side, you sew them down, and you do that on both sides. After I had that sewed down, I cut off any excess fabric I had, and make sure you don't use your fabric scissors for this. You use some scissors that you cut multiple things with, because I did ruin my fabric scissors cutting zippers. So use normal scissors. Then to give your bag that boxy look, you cut out squares on each corner, and I did 2 inches by 2 inches on each corner. And I cut them out and tested it first to see if I liked the size, and I did. So I proceeded with the 2 by 2. That's what I normally do on my medium-sized bags, and this is only my second time making a larger size bag, so I liked the 2 by 2 inches. So you don't have to do this part if you know your sizing, but since I wasn't sure, this is where I tested it out. I clipped together the edges where I cut. You just put them together diagonally and turned the piece outside in, and just wanted to make sure that I was going to be satisfied with the size. I also did want to make sure that the biggest things my husband puts into these bags would fit, which before I sewed it together, I was able to do that whenever I tested out the size. And then I cut out the fabric that's going to go on the ends to cover up the ugly pieces. So I cut out a strip that's 1.5 inch wide, and then the length doesn't really matter. You just kind of eyeball it, and you put it on one side of the bag, and then sew on top of the side that you don't have it, just along the seam line in the little ditch, and then you fold it over. you want to flip it a little bit so you get the pretty edge when you're done. So you flip it like that and then fold it one more time. Then it was time to put the strap in, and you slide it into one of the squares that you cut out and make it come out the other end. So to sew down that strap, make sure you have it in the middle and then fold the square diagonally together. And that's how you sew together all the sides, all the little the squares that you cut out. You fold them diagonally, but with one side, just make sure you have that strap right in the center of that diagonal line. I then sewed the other two sides together, the other two angles, and like I said, you just fold it the square diagonally. Once you have all your edges sewn together, if you're just beginning, I recommend flipping the project outside in again, so to the right side, to make sure you don't have any edges showing. So poke them all out to make sure that you sewed everything together properly and there's no holes peeking out. After you verified everything and it's done correctly, cut off any excess fabric from the edges, and then we'll cut a few more of the strips to cover up the seams. After everything ugly is covered up, just cut off those lines if there's anything extra strings or thread showing anywhere. Just cut it all off and you're ready to flip your project outside in. And we're done. I hope you were able to follow along with that tutorial and it was relatively easy. If it was and you were able to follow along, please let me know down below, or let me know of how I can improve on my tutorials. I'd really appreciate that. And I wanted to say just a big thank you for letting me be a part of your day, for watching my tutorial. I really do hope it helped you, and if it did, make sure not to forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more tutorials. And if you want to be notified, hit that little bell button. And I can't wait to make another tutorial for you. And I'll see you next time. Bye!